to our deep dive, you guys, into the world of the Chinese New Year. And guess what? We are focusing on 2025, the Year of the Snake.
The Year of the Snake.
Yeah, and we have a fantastic article from Euronews.
Euronews, okay.
It's called Chinese New Year 2025, Everything You Need to Know About the Year of the Snake.
Everything you need to know.
Trust me, you're about to discover
I love it.
some really cool stuff.
I know, I'm excited.
So we are going way beyond, the typical
Right.
fireworks and festivities
Yeah.
to explore the cultural nuances and symbolism associated with the snake.
It's fascinating how much depth there is to this.
Right.
Yeah, we're going to uncover some intriguing stories, like a snake queen in Hong Kong who makes traditional soup.
Okay, I have to admit, snake soup
Oh.
isn't exactly on my bucket list.
Okay.
The snake queen definitely has my
It's
attention.
good, yeah.
But before we get ahead of ourselves,
Right.
let's start with the basics.
Okay, the basics.
Why is 2025 the year of the snake?
So the Chinese zodiac follows a 12-year cycle, with each year represented by a different animal.
Okay.
The snake is the sixth animal in this cycle,
Hmm.
and 2025 marks its return.
Oh,
It's kind of like a cosmic reunion for those born in the year of the snake.
Oh, cool.
Think about it 1941, 1953, 1965, 1977,
Wow.
1989, 2001, and 2013.
Wow.
Think about the different generations connected through this shared symbol.
That's really cool.
It is.
So it's amazing to think about how, the same zodiac sign can resonate across different generations.
Totally.
Speaking of connections, what does the snake actually symbolize in Chinese culture?
Snakes have always held a special place in Chinese culture.
Yeah.
They're often associated with wisdom, intuition, and transformation.
Okay.
Think about it. A snake literally sheds its skin,
Yeah.
representing rebirth and renewal.
No, that's right.
It's no wonder this creature is viewed with such reverence.
Yeah, that shedding skin analogy is so powerful. It really makes you think about the potential for change and growth.
I know.
But the article mentions a wood snake for 2025.
Yeah.
What's the significance of that?
So on top of that 12-year animal cycle, there's also a 60-year cycle
Oh, wow.
that combines each animal sign with one of 5 elements:
Okay.
earth, metal, water, wood, and fire.
Got it.
And in 2025, it's the wood element's turn to be paired with the snake.
So it's not just any snake year.
Yeah.
It's a wood snake year.
Wood snake year.
Does that combination hold any special significance?
Absolutely.
Okay, tell me.
The wood snake is considered especially charming, creative, and even a bit cunning.
Ooh.
It suggests a year full of growth potential, but also requiring a thoughtful, strategic approach.
So those born in a wood snake year might need to channel their inner snake
Yeah,
to navigate the challenges and opportunities ahead.
I love that.
Now, let's talk about something a little different. You mentioned a chef in Hong Kong known as the Snake Queen. It sounds intriguing, but honestly, snake soup
Oh, yeah.
doesn't exactly sound appetizing,
It's definitely not for everyone.
I would say.
But snake soup is actually a traditional Chinese delicacy, especially during the winter months.
Okay.
It's believed to have warming properties and is associated with good health.
Okay, so I'm willing to learn more.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about this Snake Queen and her snake soup restaurant.
Her name is Cha Kaling,
Okay.
and she inherited the restaurant Xia Wang Hip from her father.
Oh.
It's been around since the 1960s and was known for using live snakes.
Oh, wow.
But after the 2003 SARS outbreak, they switched to using frozen snake meat imported from Southeast Asia.
I can only imagine what it must have been like to learn the family business from her dad.
Oh, I bet.
But how exactly do you even go about making snake soup?
It's quite an elaborate process, even with frozen meat.
I bet.
It takes hours of boiling, deboning, shredding, and stewing.
Wow.
Chow uses a sharpened chopstick to debone the snake meat and tears it by hand. Then the broth is made by simmering the snake bones with chicken and pork bones for at least 6 hours.
That's incredible.
It's a labor of love.
What else goes into this unique soup?
Once the broth is ready, they stew it with shredded snake meat, chicken ham fungus, and mandarin orange peel.
Oh, wow.
To finish it off, they add starch to thicken it. And when you're served the soup, you can add lemon leaves and crispy chips for extra flavor.
It sounds like a culinary work of art.
It really is.
But is snake soup still popular in Hong Kong?
While it's still considered a traditional delicacy, the younger generation doesn't seem as keen on trying it.
Okay.
Chow mentioned that she can sell up to 800 bowls a day during winter, but only around 100 or less in the summer.
Wow. So there is a seasonality to it, too.
There is.
That's a shame. It sounds like a cultural tradition that's slowly fading away.
Unfortunately, you're right. With the COVID-19 pandemic and older chefs retiring, there are only about 20 snake soup shops left in Hong Kong. Chow wants to keep her family business alive, but she worries about the future of this unique culinary tradition.
It makes you think about the importance of preserving these cultural practices before they disappear entirely. Okay, let's shift gears and explore how Chinese New Year is celebrated in a different part of the world. The article describes some vibrant celebrations in Indonesia. Tell me more about that.
Absolutely. Imagine yourself in Bogor, Indonesia, surrounded by bustling crowds.
Okay.
You hear the rhythmic beating of drums, lively music filling the air, and you see these incredibly detailed puppet displays.
Puppets.
Yes.
Interesting.
One unique custom is placing red envelopes called hongbo into the puppet's mouth.
Wait, red envelopes? Aren't those filled with money? It sounds a bit like a Lunar New Year bonus.
Exactly.
Okay.
Hongbo are traditionally given to children and unmarried adults during Lunar New Year.
Oh,
They're a symbol of good luck and prosperity. But, like many traditions, this one has evolved in the digital age.
so you're telling me there are virtual red envelopes now?
There are
Technology really does impact everything.
everything, yeah, got it. Many people are now exchanging digital hongbo instead of the traditional paper ones. It's a fascinating example of how cultural practices adapt to the times.
Totally. Speaking of traditions, what's the significance of the color red in these celebrations? I mean, it's everywhere during Chinese New Year.
Red holds immense significance in Chinese culture,
Yeah.
especially during Lunar New Year.
Okay.
It symbolizes good luck, prosperity, and joy. You see it in decorations, clothing, everything.
Okay.
It's believed to ward off evil spirits and bring good fortune in the coming year.
I love that. Before we move on, I think it's time for a quick language lesson. Let's learn how to wish someone a Happy New Year in Chinese. Are you game?
I'm always up for a challenge, especially when it comes to languages. Let's do it.
Okay, so how do you say Happy New Year in Mandarin?
In Mandarin, you say "Ochunji Kuai Le," which literally translates to Happy Spring Festival.
Guji Kuai Le.
You got it.
Did I get that right? Now, how about in Cantonese?
In Cantonese, the phrase is Ojo, Gong Hei Fat Choi,
Okay.
meaning congratulations and be prosperous.
Gong Kei Fat Choi. That one rolls right off the tongue.
It does.
I'm definitely going to use these phrases to spread some New Year cheer.
I think your friends will appreciate the effort.
So we've covered a lot of ground already.
I know, right? We have.
But there's still so much more to explore.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the key things we've learned about the Year of the Snake so far?
We've learned that the snake is associated with wisdom, intuition, and transformation.
Right.
It represents a year of potential personal growth and renewal.
Uh-huh.
We've also explored the significance of the wood snake,
Yes.
the unique tradition of snake soup in Hong Kong,
Hmm.
and the vibrant Lunar New Year celebrations in Indonesia.
Yes.
Oh, and now you can even greet each other with Happy New Year in both Mandarin and Cantonese.
That's right. We've had a whirlwind tour through some fascinating aspects of the Year of the Snake.
Mm-hmm.
In part 2, we'll go even deeper into the cultural nuances and symbolism. We'll even explore some tips on how to embrace the transformative energy of this special year.
Stay tuned.
I can't wait.
Me neither. Welcome back to our deep dive into the Year of the Snake. Oh, it's good to be back. I hope you've had some time to digest all the amazing things we talked about in the first part. I'm particularly fascinated by the idea of the snake shedding its skin as a metaphor for transformation. It's such a powerful image.
It really is. And it's not just a symbolic idea. There are practical ways you can connect with the snake's energy to bring about positive change in your life.
Oh, cool.
For example, think about how a snake moves. It's all about strategic thinking and calculated movements. They carefully observe their surroundings before taking action.
So it's not about rushing into things.
No, not at all.
But rather taking a more measured, thoughtful approach.
Exactly.
Almost like the snake sizing up its prey before going in for the kill. That's a great way to put it. In the Year of the Snake, it's wise to cultivate patience, plan carefully, and really pay attention to what's going on around you. Don't just react, think things through and make strategic choices.
That's such valuable advice, especially in today's world where everything seems to move at warp speed.
Right.
We're constantly bombarded with information
Yes.
and expected to make split-second decisions.
I know it's easy to get caught up in that whirlwind of activity and forget to slow down and really think things through.
Yeah, totally. Another characteristic associated with the snake is intuition.
Right.
Snakes are incredibly attuned to their environment and
Yes.
rely heavily on their instincts to navigate challenges.
That makes sense. They don't have all our fancy technology and gadgets to rely on.
Right, so are you suggesting we should be more trusting of our gut feelings?
Yes.
That inner voice that sometimes whispers, hey, maybe this isn't the right path.
Precisely. Don't dismiss those intuitive nudges. In the year of the snake, it's especially beneficial to pay attention to those subtle cues. Your intuition can be a powerful guide as you navigate life's twists and turns.
It sounds like the year of the snake is encouraging us to become more mindful and present,
Yes.
to really tune in to ourselves and what's happening around us.
You're picking up on a key theme here, and this awareness is essential for transformation. Remember, the snake sheds its skin, symbolizing rebirth and renewal. This year offers a unique opportunity to examine what's no longer serving us and let go of those old patterns, beliefs, or habits that are holding us back.
It's like a chance to step out of our comfort zones and embrace change, even if it feels a little daunting at first,
Absolutely.
to allow ourselves to evolve into a newer, better version of ourselves.
Exactly. And that's the beauty of transformation. It's about growth and evolution. It rarely happens if we stay tucked away in our comfort zones. The year of the snake invites us to embrace the unknown, shed those outgrown layers, and step into a more authentic version of ourselves.
I'm really loving this conversation. But how can people actually put this idea of shedding skin into practice? How can they apply this to their own lives?
It really depends on your individual circumstances and what you hope to achieve. For some, it might be a major life change.
Oh.
Switching careers, ending a relationship, or adopting healthier habits.
Yeah.
For others, it could be about shifting their mindset, overcoming fears, or finally pursuing that passion project they've been putting off.
So it's about identifying those areas in our lives that feel stuck,
Yes.
or limiting and taking concrete steps to create positive change.
Exactly.
Maybe it's finally writing that novel you've always dreamed of, learning a new language, or simply being more present in your relationships.
Those are great examples. It all comes down to being honest with yourself, identifying what needs to go, and taking courageous action towards the life you want. Remember, the snake doesn't shed its skin overnight. It's a gradual process that requires patience and persistence.
That's a comforting thought. It's not about expecting instant results or putting pressure on ourselves to change everything at once. It's more about committing to the journey of growth and evolution.
You've got it. Focus on taking small steps, being consistent, and staying flexible because there will inevitably be challenges along the way. And remember those other qualities associated with the snake's strategic thinking, intuition, and adaptability. These traits can be incredibly valuable as you navigate the twists and turns of transformation.
It's like having a wise, slithery mentor whispering guidance and encouragement in our ear. This conversation is making me feel so inspired to make some positive changes in my own life. How about you? Are you feeling the transformative energy of the year of the snake?
Absolutely. I'm all about continuous growth and evolution. In fact, I recently took up...
Wait, before you share your exciting news, I think this is a great place to pause for a moment. We've covered so much ground in this part of our deep dives, and I want to give our listeners time to really absorb all these insightful gems we've uncovered.
You are absolutely right. Let's save my personal revelations for the grand finale of our snake-tastic exploration.
I love the suspense. So in part 3, we'll continue our journey uncovering even more fascinating facets of the year of the snake.
Yeah.
And yes, you'll finally hear about our expert's personal transformation journey. Don't miss it.
Welcome back for the final part of our Year of the Snake deep dive. I'm so ready to hear what you were about to share before we took that break.
Well, I was just about to tell you that I've recently taken up snake yoga.
Snake yoga. I have to admit I'm a little confused. What exactly is snake yoga?
It's not about literally turning yourself into a snake, though some of the poses do focus on sinuous movements and spinal flexibility.
Like there's a connection to the snake's agility and grace.
Exactly. Snake yoga emphasizes fluid motion, strength, and balance, much like how a snake moves so effortlessly. But it also incorporates breath work and mindfulness, helping you become more present and aware, which aligns perfectly with what we've been discussing. It's amazing how this all ties back to the symbolism of the snake. You're almost embodying its energy through physical practice. And you said it's been helping you with personal transformation.
It really has. Besides the physical benefits, snake yoga has been a fantastic way to release tension, both physically and mentally. It's helped me become more in tune with my body, my breath, and my thoughts. That's led to a greater sense of inner peace and clarity.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
It sounds like a really powerful way to connect with the transformative energy of the year of the snake. It also reminds us that transformation can take many forms. Physical practices, shifts in mindset, new perspectives,
Mhm.
it's all connected.
Absolutely. The key is to find what resonates with you personally and embrace the journey of growth with an open mind and a sense of curiosity.
Well, speaking of journeys, we've reached the end of ours. But before we say goodbye, I want to leave our listeners with a thought-provoking question to ponder.
I always enjoy a good question to mull over. What do you have for us?
We've talked a lot about snakes shedding their skin as a symbol of transformation and renewal. But what do you think would happen if a snake couldn't shed its skin?
That's a really interesting question. Well, if a snake couldn't shed its skin, it wouldn't be able to grow. That old skin would restrict its movement, eventually preventing it from thriving.
That's such a perfect analogy for us too, right? If we cling to old patterns, beliefs, or habits that no longer serve us, we hinder our own growth and evolution. We essentially get stuck.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Letting go is essential for growth. Just like the snake, we have the ability to transform and renew ourselves, emerging stronger and wiser with each shedding.
That is such a powerful image to hold on to. So as we wrap up this episode, we encourage you to reflect on this. What old skin are you ready to shed in this year of the snake? What transformations, big or small, are you willing to embrace even if they feel a bit intimidating? Remember, growth often happens outside of our comfort zones. Embrace your inner snake, trust your intuition, and step boldly into the year ahead.
And remember, if you need inspiration, look to the snake. Its wisdom and resilience are great reminders that we all have the power to transform and renew ourselves.
Happy Year of the Snake, everyone. May it be a year filled with growth, exciting new beginnings, and remarkable transformations. We'll see you next time for another fascinating deep dive.